this is gonna be a long breakdown, but this video deserves that. What's going on, everyone? I'm Mike Griff, and we are here breaking down Easy Mill 27 Bodies. Now, I was going to go at this as I wanted to do an Easy Mill breakdown. Mostly, like, I love Easy Mill. He's a great rapper. He's a great singer, dancer. He makes his beats, but he's also a great video editor, at least. I know that. And as a filmmaker, I was going to go about this as, I can go and break down his videos as a filmmaker. So the first video, two videos came to mind. IDK, which is awesome, really cool. I think that's the one that's like one single shot and lots of like After Effects stuff on top. But the other thing that really came up was 27 Bodies. That's it's just this one part that I love where everything switches from red to blue and like the tone changes and he like falls and like I just love that part in the video. So I started to look at it, started to kind of analyze it, and in that video he speaks at least one different language. I know he speaks Tagalog. In it he says he speaks 3 languages, and I couldn't really decipher. I did a lot of analyzing of this song. I know he speaks Ilocano. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's like the northern dialect of the Philippines, and Tagalog is the central and southern dialects. But I couldn't differentiate which was which. So whatever. I just did research on this, so I'm in no way. I'm not Filipino. I am no scholar on this, but I started to break down the lyrics and translate because I want to know what he's saying. I love poetry, and he's a very poetic person. And it was very deep, and I couldn't find any real videos to help me understand it. Like, there's no, like, lyrical... I had to literally go and write down the translations myself. I'm going to have the captions up for the video, and it does have the translations in there. That's where I got most of it. But there's a lot of other stuff I had to analyze and look up. So I'm sitting here with a bunch of notes on my notepad. And we're going to go through this video and, like, really get in depth of what is going on, because... not only is it awesome, is his delivery amazing, his emotion, like the video itself is fantastic. His message in this is pretty deep, profound. And I can kind of see why M signed him. Why, like, he has like this duality. He has that aggressive, Slim Shadiness to him. Slim Shady's not a gangster, but he has this like gangster feel, like don't fuck with me, and like this demonic presence. But there's this duality of like this angelic, like the goodness. It reminds me a lot of DMX, with the angel and demons type parallels there, but he does a lot in this song. And with red and blue are like opposite colors. Red is high frequency. It's hotter. It's like anger and love, intense. It's intense. Blue is cold, mellow, like subdued. And he plays with that, with the lights in this, and I'm just gonna get into it, because I'm going to talk about this in the video, but yeah, this is for all the Easy Mill fans out there. I'm very excited about this. I love him. Like, he's such a good artist, all-around artist. Fantastic, with really good message, and like he's really trying to help his country, and by extension, I think he's trying to help us, because from what I get, from what he's saying in this song is, where he comes from is almost like our future from what he's seeing. He's seeing the same things that have happened or are happening there starting to happen here. And this is his outside perspective on the matter because he's lived in both places. And I just think it's interesting. So let's get into it.
Wala namang magtataka kung gusto niya na siya ay sumisid sa gilid ng himig ng aking pag-ibig tsongke.
Alright, so first off, with the video breakdown, I'm loving... They do a lot of this film, like After Effects-y stuff, that it just gives it this gritty look. There's a lot of like fast, like one frame or a few frame overlays, and it's really cool. I love it. It just gives you this gritty look. He's speaking right now in some Filipino dialect. I think it's Tagalog, I'm not sure. But what his first few bars right here, translated, you can see on screen, he says, "No one's gonna doubt if she wants to be the one to swim along the melody shorelines of my love. She chose to light up one rather than the handsomeness of." And then it goes into the first verse. I mean, that's just super poetic. It's hard to dissect. It seems like he's talking about a woman, a girl. I think it's more that he's talking about his country, and his culture. It's super poetic, which I didn't really find the deepest meanings of that. When he says chose to light one up, I think he's talking about like smoking weed. So there's this in this line there. I don't want to say like weed's a bad thing, but there's this duality of like I'm sure it's illegal there, of what do you call it, like rebellion and like love or what have you. So it's like romance and rebellion. Like he's setting these two tones right from the beginning. But it could just be like a mellowness. So love is very intense, and weed can be very mellow and bring you down and like calm you out. So within this first two bars, he's setting up this tone, which is gonna run through the rest of the song. So let's keep going. Oh, and by the way, this might be a pretty long reaction because there's a lot to dissect. I know it's like a 3-minute and 44-second video, but there's a lot to dissect. Alright. Oh, man, I love this video so much. It's so sick. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to explain a lot of things here. So first off, you get these this overlay of the film. Now when that goes away and you cut to just him, you get this, whoever his cameraman is fantastic too. Like really, really good at moving the way, like smooth, and the way it's almost like he's telling the story with him. And you got this motion that just, it adds to the grittiness, the rawness, the intensity of Easy. I especially like later what's gonna happen is when he goes, he's talking about boom bap rap, and which is what he's looking for, and not the trap music type rap that's and he goes to the hi-hat, and the camera moves like to his hand like he's hitting a hi-hat, and then boot back to him. It's just so cool. Anyways, so what he's talking about is, you saw, I don't know if you saw the translation, it's pretty fast, but he's saying the sound of my bars plowed through your ears. So he's talking about his rap bars, and he's like, I'm plowing through your ears. I'm grabbing you with my bars right now. This first part is him, like, his Slim Shadiness. I want to say bravado. That's wrong, because it's his, pumping his chest. It's to say why he's why he's a dope rapper, why he's better than all the other rappers, not just rap, but like why he's dangerous, why he's not to be fucked with. He's laying that down first. He's like, and basically setting that out for like, listen to me, follow me. I'm gonna tell you what's up. You and like almost so you can feel safe with him while he takes you through this culture that he's from, and just scary stuff, like scary societal stuff. So he's holding the mic up and he's like, listen to me. He's like gripping. He's like spitting the bars right into your ears and like hooking you in to something that's very intense and very important to him. See, that camera work, it's amazing. Like, it's dancing with his words and the beat. It's so good. And he's got his headphones on, he's got his mic, and he's got, you know, like a sock over the mic. So there's no to cut off the, I don't forget what that's called. But so there's no popping. And like it's like raw gritty rapping. Like because of all the imagery. And it's black and white too. Notice it's black and white. Yeah, so what he's saying, I'm just gonna read through the translation so we can get it all at once. Saying, the sound of my bars plow through your ears. None of you will win when I arrive. Draw guns like a soldier just to mess with you losers. I think he says fuck. I think it's draw guns on you. Draw guns like a soldier just to fuck with you losers. Be careful in choosing your players, and what he means by that is be careful on who you choose by your side, who you choose as your soldiers to stand with you. Don't pull no Drakes here where you get any, like, you know what I mean. Anyways, so, and then he goes into English, which, you know, I'll just play through, but that's what he's saying in that other language, in Tagalog or, whatever. Tinig ng parang sa tenga ninyo ay nararo. Wala sa inyong mananalo pag ako ang tumalo. Sundalo sa punot ng baril ko manggago ng talo. Mag-ingat ang lahat sa pagpili ng inyong manlalaro. Kasi I didn't come to play with you chump bitches who think this a fun business or one clickers that'll come and buck when it's none witness to live off. You see that how it flashes to color at times? Like, they're playing so much with the picture, like down to the frames, which I love. I absolutely love that. Like, the amount of time it must have took them to edit this, it's crazy. Another thing I want to point out, he just took his hat and his headphones off. And the way his hair is, like, the imagery of his face in this first scene is amazing. His hair is like curling like this, and it's white tipped, or, you know, it's like it was dyed blonde and it's grown out a bit. It looks like he has horns. And this is great because he's going with this demonic, like, don't fuck with me vibe. And it just fits it so well. And he's going to start, when he starts, like, rapping and he takes the mic away, he's going to just, like, drop his jaw and just make these, like, faces that are just, like, kind of scary. Like, really fucking intimidating. And it's just so dope. Especially mirrored with what he's saying at the same time. It's so fucking dope. Let's go back a bit. Mag-ingat ang lahat sa pagpili ng inyong manlalaro. Kasi I didn't come to play with you chump bitches who think this a fun business or one clickers that'll come and buck when it's none witness to live off a crunk grimness. You stuck sitting in your sleep. Right there when he's like hunched over and he's like, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. Like, he just looks like a little demon right there. So fucking dope. I don't want to say little, but like, he looks like a fucking demon who's coming to get you. The way his eyes are, like everything, the intensity in it. Ugh. Chump bitches who think this a fun business or one clickers that'll come and buck when it's none witness to live off a crunk grimness. You stuck sitting in your sleep like I wanna stuck riches, but that ain't the case. Look at the in the overlay. It's really quick, but it's like a skull or something. Like just the zigzags on the face. Look at his face right here. Paused. Like, it's so crazy intense. Let me see if this is in, let me keep this, oh, it's only 10, wow, it's only 720. Yeah. Man, this is gonna be a long breakdown, but this video deserves that. they're going back to the film and the overlays and just the grittiness, the rawness, like so much happening here. Like so much happening. Like just the way he uses his hands and all that. It's crazy. Look at his face like that. Like I don't know how to explain that, but that how do you do that? Like he's like an all-around talent. Like how do you do that with your face? Like how do you know to do that? Like it's just crazy. He's like an actor too. But he doesn't act, but he is. Because he's not acting, he's very real. He's very fucking real with everything he says and does. Like, another reason why I think Eminem was like, yeah, we're signing you. It's like his rawness, his realness, his like hunger, like, his talent. Whew. I didn't even talk about this beat yet. This beat is fucking fire. Yeah, I'm gonna go over what he says here in English. So I didn't come to play with you chump bitches who think this is a fun business. I run clickers. Now that could be like guns or like people online. I don't know. I think it's more guns. I think it's more like gangster bars. Like, that'll come and buck when there's none to witness. So it's fucking people with guns. So I run with people who come to get you when there's no one around to see. Be scared of this motherfucker. Be scared of me. That's what he's saying. I live off of crunk grimness, and grimness, that's this whole thing. It's grimy, it's grim, like this black and whiteness. You stuck sitting. You stuck sitting in your sleep like I went to stunt riches. I don't know exactly what that means. Like he's robbing you in your sleep. But he's stunting riches. Like, he doesn't sleep because he's rich and he doesn't want to get robbed himself. I don't know exactly. But that ain't the case, cause I done gadded your place. So wait, what's he saying? I live in Crunkers. You stuck sitting in your sleep like I went to stunt riches. So I'm still not grabbing it there, but that ain't the case, cause I done gadded your place. I shot your house up, leaving holes in your humble abode, like Pat in his face. And what he's referencing here with Pat in his face is this American rapper, Fat Pat, who got shot and killed. I think he was trying to get I forgot why. Like he was trying to get money from a promoter or something, and he got shot and killed. And this happened in 1998, and that's also the year he was born, which he's gonna say too. So, I think he says that in Tagalog or whatever. So Pat in his face, and then the next lines are gonna be in Tagalog, and it says, so it goes like Pat in his face, that rested in peace when I was born in the year 1998. So wow, it even rhymes in English. It's crazy. So he's introducing you to himself. He's getting personal, telling you the year he was born, and telling that by relating to it as some very violent thing that happened. And it's like, I was born in violence. I was born to rap. That's what this whole first section is about, is him introducing himself to you and his toughness and why you should listen to him, basically.
Di na to patas sa makatarong pag ako sumali. Why? Tayong katwiran na kayang gumamit ng tatlong lingwahe. Die up in the coffins where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on your bitch, cause I can kill you for free.
I gotta go. Can I? So the color's starting to come in too. I'm trying to capture those. It's like single frames. I love it. Yeah, so what he just said there is die up in a coffin. Wait, he says it's no longer fair or just when I join. And why? Because he speaks 3 languages. So he's talking about the rap game. It's like, it's not even fair because I'm not just a master of English. I'm a master of 3 languages. So I'll fucking kill you in 3 languages. And then the rest is in English from here. It goes, die up in a coffin is where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on you, bitch. Oh, flex on your bitch. 'Cause I can kill you for free. And that's where we are right now. Here, this part coming up is what I love.
Yeah, di na to patas sa makatarong pag ako sumali. Why? Tayong katwiran na kayang gumamit ng 3 lingwahe. Die up in the coffin is where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on your bitch, 'cause I can kill you for free. Old school up in this motherfucking party like...
What he does to his voice with the beat and like, it's like double layered. Kind of like when Eminem does that demonic layer, but he does like a lower pitch, and this is like a higher pitch, which is like, it's like scarier. So I don't know. It's more intense. Yeah.
No bitch, 'cause I can kill you for free. Old school up in this motherfucking party like we're switching the blades and tipping the babes and making sure my flow is boom bap, not that new trap where the hi-hats go like that repetitive shit. Be begging your bitch. You just jealous 'cause you wanna kiss my neck and my dick. 'Cause heaven is rich. I'll rob it with my devilish clip. And 22 double lows, but I'm a rep on this shit.
Alright. I'm gonna break down these bars here. So, camera work's amazing. His intensity, he's dancing with the camera, man. So he says, die up in a coffin is where you're destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on you, bitch. 'Cause I can kill you for free. Old school up in this motherfucking party like we switching the blades and tipping the babes. So, fucking fighting and getting girls. And making sure my flow is boom bap, not that new trap where the hi-hats go like I'm all about that. All about that. Not that I hate trap music, but boom bap is where it's at. And he's saying that repetitive shit. And in the end, he's gonna come back to this. He's gonna come back to in a sociological type of way, in a how music is used, how the media is used to control people, and when he's talking about that repetitive shit, the shit that he hates, it's that repetitive shit, and then so flexing on your girl and stuff. Yeah, because heaven is rich, I'll rob with my devilish click. So he's got this duality already coming up. That's like like the first 2 lines. This is the part. This kind of reminds me of DMX a bit. It's like, I want to be good, and even Eminem, like, I want to be good, but my environment is forcing me to be bad, and like in order to survive, I have to be this, but I want to be that. And then he goes, 2200 is what I'm repping on this shit. 2200 is the zip code of where he's originally from, which is Olongapo City in the Philippines. And it's like saying 313 for Detroit, but that's an area code. This is a zip code, but whatever. He's repping where he comes from. And this is where he's about to really get into it now. Like, now he's gonna start to back up from, this is who I am, this is, my power and all that. And he's gonna step back and introduce a much deeper issue. Oh, another thing here with the video, you notice they like pull the focus out a lot. I am certain that there was a cut there because it took too long to change his clothes. So that was done to hide that.
But that's like the extent of all that. I ain't trying to take it further. I ain't trying to be like doing all that petty beef and shit like all of you rappers out there. I'm gonna discuss a topic that I feel is close to my heart because it's back home and it's happening here too, dog. Like, they just have no fucking control. And I'm tired of it. Yo.
So I kind of like that part where he's like struggling to tie his hair back. For someone who has long hair, growing it out, there's this period where like it's in your face, you can't tie it back yet, and like he's kind of like there where you can't get it all in a bun. I'm just relate to that so much. Like him trying to fucking tie it back, it's like a fucking pain in the ass. My little girl's like that. You know, her hair's just got long enough where we can get it all in a ponytail right now. So it's just kind of funny to me.
Close to my heart because it's back home and it's happening here too, dog. Like, they just have no fucking control. And I'm tired of it. Yo. Asulat pula ang aking lahi na puno ng tula tungkol sa hain ng bawal mauta at hindi lang dahil kayaman ng buka mga labi namin sa pag-asa lang uulan ng panalangin sa masa magdudura ng salita ay naulit na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta.
Alright. So what's going on here with the video? Start in black and white, move to color. Right? That's like starting raw, starting to flavor in who he is, whatnot. Now it's getting intense. He's talking about some real intense shit that goes on in the Philippines. And so we're switching to red. He also starts this part off in Tagalog with blue, the words blue and red. And that's probably referring to police. I looked it up. There, I was like, oh, is there like political blue and red there? There is. They have like blue and red, but it's not like Democrat, Republican. Red is like this nationalist party, but blue is like more not the Liberal Party. It's more of like a central party, and they have two other colors, which is yellow, and I think yellow is more the Liberal Party, and then there's like pink, which is a newer one. I don't remember exactly what that is. So it could be also talking about politics. But I think what it is definitely talking about is police, and I think he goes in. I think he's kind of like talking about police brutality here, and there is a lot of that over there apparently, like pretty bad, and there's not much they can do about it. So let me just get this right. So I just want to go over his lyrics, but that's like the extent of all that. So he's like, this is who I am, toughness, whatever, best, good rapper, best rapper, you know, I have all this power, prowess, I'll murder you in 3 languages, I'll shoot up your home, and there'll be no witnesses, like all that intensity. But he's just putting it out there. It's like he's being strong. What is that? If you want peace, be prepared for war. And that's what that is. He's letting you know, I'm prepared for war. And now, let's put that aside, because I want peace. And that's what this is about to be. So he says, but that's the extent of all that. I ain't trying to take it any further. I ain't trying to be like doing all that petty beef and shit. Like, he doesn't want to do that shit. But he's prepared to if he needs to. Like all you rappers out there, I'm going to discuss a topic. I'm going to discuss a topic that I feel is close to my heart because it's back home and it's happening here too, dog. So he's seeing this. It's in, like, what I get from this is if he's seeing something happen here and develop here that will continue to develop, then it's like he is speaking to us from the future, and so to speak. Like they just have no fucking control. And he's talking about his people in the Philippines, and I'm tired of it. Then he breaks out. Yeah. So let me go back.
They just have no fucking control, and I'm tired of it. Yo. Asulat pula ang aking lahi na puno ng tula tungkol sa hain ng bawal mauta at hindi lang dahil kayaman ng buka mga labi namin sa pag-asa lang uulan ng panalangin sa masa magdudura ng salita ay naulit na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta. Habang buhay na lang ba? Tingin sa akin puta kang asang ospital sinugot yung kapatid mo may pera ka pa ba? Isikil ano ba? Meron ka na ba planong handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo
ay lunod na ako sa hiya. Lahat na aking mga kasalanan ay laging magiging lakas ko sa laban. Dahil lang simple mamalagi ay lagi naghahanap ng kanyang pwedeng katahanan. Pamamaraan sa laban, meron sila na may katanat tungkol sa akin, pero wala akong takot kung ako ipain na just to my blow.
Alright, I gotta go. Oh man, this is so fucking good. His intensity, his emotion. And I think that's one thing about why he raps in Tagalog a lot is it's his original language and he can really express himself emotionally through that language, unlike he can in English. Not that he can in English, but I think that's just like, that's what he slips into when he's fading into, he's not thinking about his words and he's just expressing what he feels like. So it goes from red to blue. You saw the angel wings. So you're going from like hell, heaven and hell, like this duality here. What he's saying in Tagalog is, and he's like, he's talk to you about a problem that's happening back home, and he's seeing it starting to happen here too, and he's just tired of it. His people have no fucking control. And then then he goes into I'm just gonna say Tagalog. It might be the other dialect. But goes into Tagalog saying, blue and red, my race is full of poetry about their meals that they're not allowed to get fed up with. Now that's a fucking deep line, and I think blue and red is talking about police and brutality and just the oppression of the government over there. And so his people, they're full of poetry, so they're full of passion, they're full of poetic people are the ones in pain, the ones oppressed, like that. They have things that they want to get out about their meals they're not allowed to get fed up with. So I think that's talking about two things, like just hunger that's going on over there. For what I don't know the politics really. Like I just did a bit of research on this song just before jumping on, so I don't know a lot about Philippines and all that. So their meals they're not allowed to get fed up with. So they're not it's like they're saying they're not allowed to get fed, but they're supposed to just take this abuse, and there's nothing they can do about it. So that's why they're filled up with poetry. Because we can't get wealthier, they're forced into poverty and they're forced to stay there. We open our lips in hopes that it will rain prayers while spitting words. And I heard a lot of Filipinos, like there's a lot of singers and a lot of music that goes on there with like everyone's pretty, I don't know. I'm just talking about something I just kind of heard on a video, but he could be talking about prayers. He does say the word prayers in here, but I think he's definitely talking about raps. We open our lips in hopes that it will rain prayers, and he's talking about specifically what he's doing right now, and he's like reaching out to anyone, just saying what needs to be said because it's being covered up, and they're not allowed to talk about it, or there's nothing they can do, and all you can do is rap. And honestly, this is like in the early 90s in America, this is like what rap was like. It everything like and low, it was like a voice for rap people, for like black people who were not being, their news was not being covered on the news. Like struggle, there were certain struggles. It's not just black people. It was it was just impoverished people. I'll say that because it's mostly black people, but then there's Puerto Rican, and I want to get into all that. But I didn't know. I knew about the struggles only from rap music. I grew up in middle class white, like suburbs, but I was able to connect with them because of rap. I was able to understand things that were going on that just weren't being told to me or anyone in my society. So We open our lips in hopes that it will rain prayers while spitting words to the masses over and over until everyone gets sick of it. Then, if you notice, the words, the translation starts to be in quotes, and that's when his voice changes and he gets really intense. And he's talking as someone else to himself, which I think might be a police officer, and they're talking about his sister who's in the hospital, and so he's also explaining the terrible medical system over there. So, should it be forever? He says. Should it be forever? Eyes on me, you little fuck. Hospital. Which hospital did they admit your sibling to? Do you even have any money left? So it's like, they admitted your sibling to the hospital, but do you even have money for her to even go to a hospital? What's the matter, Ezekiel? If you don't know, Ezekiel Miller is Easy Mill's real name, which is a dope double. Ezekiel Miller. It's like, sorry. Do you even have a plan ready? Or have you still not learned your lesson? So it's like for him, he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm forced in this situation. What do you mean I haven't learned my lesson? He's doing something wrong. And he's getting blamed for this situation that his family, all his people are being put in. And it's just all this built up frustration, this rage, this red anger just bursting out of him. And then he falls back into English. And he kind of just lets it go, and his like angel wings come out, and I love that part, the way it's filmed, and the editing and the color, like it's just so powerful, like the way it sounds, like it's just so powerful. How that all comes together is amazing. Like I like when I said I was thinking of videos to do, it was this specific part that I was like, oh, I want to do this video just for that part, and that led me into all this research and shit. It's cool.
I'm tired of it. Yo, asulat pula ang aking lahi na puno ng tula tungkol sa hain ng bawal mauta at hindi lang dahil kayaman ng mukha mga labi namin sa pag-asa lang uulan ng panalangin sa masa magtutura ng salita na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta habang buhay na lang ba? Tingin sa akin puta ka asang ospitalis sinugod yung kapatid mo may pera ka pa ba? Ano ba? Meron ka na ba planong handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo ay lunod na ako sa hiya.
I'm sorry, he doesn't go into English yet. I was ahead of myself. I'm gonna keep it playing, then I'll go over what he's saying.
Ano ba? Meron ka na ba planong handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo ay lunod na ako sa hiya. Lahat na aking mga kasalanan ay laging magiging lakas ko sa laban dahil lang simple mamalagi ay lagi naghahanap ng kanyang pwedeng katahanan. Pamamaraan sa laban, meron sila na may katanang tungkol sa akin pero lakong takot kung ako ipain na siya stumablo.
Alright, I gotta go back. Like his expressions, man, you can tell this is really seeping out of him. Like this is truth exploding out of him, seeping. So he goes from speaking as the other guy, or have you still not learned your lesson, Ezekiel, you little fuck, whatever. Then he goes back into himself talk and he says, but the truth is I'm drowning in shame. Like he's probably the man of his family. I don't know if he has a father. I don't know enough about him, honestly. But, in that culture, definitely, he probably feels a big weight to be taking care of his family. So I'm assuming that's why he's drowning in shame. All my sins will always be my strength in battle. So this is here I have to be bad to be good, to do my duty to my family. Like, I'm placed in this situation. I don't want to be bad. I don't want to be evil, but I have to be. I will go to hell for my family, he's basically saying. All my sins will always be my strength in battle, because the word abidance will always look for its next escape mate, for strategies in war. So I guess what he's saying there is like, you know, to abide, like to obey is what they're trying to be forced to, but it's like it's an impossible situation, and the escape from that is war. Because there's always someone who made songs about me, but I remain fearless, even if they use me as bait. So I'm assuming he was rapping, making music in the Philippines, and the way the media is controlled there is they were trying to shut him up, for lack of a better explanation. Tell lies about him, whatever. That's kind of what I'm getting. If he was in fact like that big, I think he must have been, from what else he talks about in the song.
Habang buhay na lang ba? Tura ng salita ay na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta. Habang buhay na lang ba? Tingin sa akin puta ka. Asang ospital ay sinugod yung kapatid mo, may pera ka pa ba? Isikil na ba? Meron ka na bang planong handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo ay lunod na ako sa hiya. Lahat ng aking mga kasalanan ay laging magiging lakas ko sa laban. Dahil ang simple mamalagi ay lagi naghahanap ng kanyang pwedeng katahanan. Pamamaraan sa laban, meron sila na may kanta na tungkol sa akin. Pero lakong takot kung ako ipain na siya stumablo. Peso no dala na peso ni yaga mo. The body's been put in the back of my ghetto and I can believe it. They're the type of with a media base hold like a conscious little demon. And each and every channel with a brain low, sending audio like they would feed them. And they all just get nexus and access, so you never know whatever happens. If you trace them, you end up distracted by all the factors within the prism, simulating spiral to fix it. The soul eliminating cycle, the tricks of the image that's riveting.
Alright, so this is really dope, what's going on here. I know this video is running long. We're at like at least 42 minutes. So he falls, it's all blue now, just the feeling of it. He's in the back of a, like, it looks like he's strapped for war. It looks like they're, like, maybe they use, U-Haul type trucks as, like, I don't know, tanks or something. Like, they're gonna fill in there, like, they're all gonna gang up in there, and, like, he's got, like, a walkie-talkie on him. It looks like he's a civil soldier or something. It's really dope. I mean, it's not, what he's talking about isn't dope, but, like, the video, like, what he's emphasizing, the way, the everything about the video and the song is really fucking dope. You trust in his blue. Not sure what exactly he means by that, unless it's like his sadness, his, like, I don't want to say softness, but like his truth. I don't know what he means by I trust in my blue. But his pain, like, he's punching the ground now, he fell, like. Says pesos to dollars and dollars to pesos. Yeah, y'all got no clue. So like he's come over here and like he's here in America trying to help people back home, and it's like you have no clue what it's like trying to do that. Yeah, so you know, people are being killed, piling up. The government, they're tampering with the media, like a conscious little demon. So they're spinning everything, they're hiding everything. In each and every channel in their brain lobes, sending audio like they would feed them. So you never know what's happening. So they're fucking confusing the people with all the media that they control. So you never know whatever happens. If you trace them, you end up distracted by all the factors within the prism, simulating spiral to fix it. And he uses this cool. I like to see prison simulating prism. He says prism, but it sounds like it looks like also prison, which is also what he means. So it's like a prism of light, light goes through a prism, gets white light gets split and through a prism into like a Dark Side of the Moon album cover, if you know what I'm talking about. So you might be talking about media like TV, but using the media to put you in a prison. It's basically the soul eliminating cycle that the tricks. And it's very like the sound of his voice and the beat and everything is very technological. Like it almost sounds like a computer, but it's that gets that media feel, and it's like soulless and calculated, and it's all fitting into the tone of exactly what he's saying and trying to get across. Yeah, so I don't know if they're fighting with other like impoverished people, or this is like a civil war against the government that he's speaking of right now. Ooh, poofing like a genie, they're pulling the trigger, poof, make you disappear. Like, he's fuck. I'm just talking about what he's talking about. Like, it's hard to like say how good all of the art is that he is doing. Like rapping, the beat, the editing. Like, oh my. That's why this video is gonna be at least an hour long. I'll try to keep it a little less. We're coming to the end. Yeah, so the story of which is repeated in the content of the songs that are pushed here. She's talking about from the beginning when he was like that boom bap, not that trap with the hi-hat, that is repeated bullshit basically. And he's the raw shit. He's telling you what's real, what needs to be said, the poetry of the streets. I think it was Mos Def, Yazzie Bleak now, is called rap, like the new folk music. That's basically what it is. It's and that's what he's telling you. And then it's like the media or like the higher ups of the government, the people in control, come and take it and then shape it into their like trap. So when he says trap, like trap music they call it trap music because it's about like trap houses where they have it's like if you know what trap house is, I'm not gonna get into all that, but it's also like a trap. Like they come take the music, reformat it, and use it as a trap for people. So yeah, and so this music's even trending on YouTube, this is what makes me think he was big on YouTube, but he couldn't trend there or something, or they would flood him out with this other shit. And he says it's trending on YouTube. It's not even worth joking about, like how fucked up it is. It's not even worth. That's how serious it is. The most evil ones become the heroes. So it's basically the most evil people are the ones that are elected and put in power. Not just elected and put in power, but the most evil ones are become the idols. And just think about the celebrities we have here. Think about all the fucked up shit that ends up coming out about them. Like they seem to be, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, the most evil ones. That's why this whole Drake thing that Kendrick Lamar did, whether or not it's true, it might be. It kind of feels like it might be a lot of it. That's why that hits, because there's a back of our mind, we know there's truth to that about celebrities, especially the most powerful ones, especially the ones putting out that. I think Drake is a great example for the music that Easy Mill is against, like the Drake's Back Home, the going off of what Kendrick said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get into another song now. Euphoria, when he's like, my music doesn't say stimulates, but like his music pacifies. That's what he's talking about, like pacification music, not my music. It's not stimulate. What does rhymes with pacify? Whatever. Electrify? No. Maybe. I don't know. That's what he's talking about. He's trying to stimulate his people. He's trying to stimulate the minds. He's trying to make you think. He's trying to wake you up. He's trying to get you out of the matrix, where you got like, no, let's just use this music that was made for that originally to pacify everybody and so we can control them. And it comes to fake females. This is a whole this part all reminds me of Kendrick versus Drake, where Easy Mill is Kendrick, and just that, what was that, is it Humble, where he's like doesn't not the Photoshop, and Drake is all about the fake bitches, the BBLs. He even, fucking idiot, does not see himself at all. Like, oh, I'll flip the BBL Drizzy and say that I just buy people BBLs. It's like you're still feeding into the fucking fake ass narrative, like that you aren't real. You don't like what is real. And it's exactly what Easy Mill's talking about too. Easy Mill is Kendrick in this situation.
Di na biro, ang pinakamasama ang yung pinakahiro. At pagdating naman sa mga babae, ang pinakapeke ang kanilang tipo. Dumedepende kung alang-alanganin ka, pwede ba tama na.
Alright, that's the end. This was a long video. We're probably about an hour long video. But it deserves that. It deserves that. And I couldn't find any videos that explain that the way I wanted it explained this way. I wanted it broken down this way. I saw like Knox Hill do his best job with the bars, but like no one really, I can't find anyone who knows Tagalog enough and like understands it all and is a reaction. Like I don't see any videos like that. That's why I decided to make this video and just make it as long as it needs to be, because this deserves that. And I wanted it, honestly. If anything, if no one else watches this, I'm making it for me. So, I did all this research tonight. I'm probably going to forget a lot of it, but then I can come back and revisit it and remind myself of who Easy Mill is, what he's talking about, where he comes from, and why he's so important. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're still here, I didn't say this at the beginning, but I'm trying to get to 100 subs. If you could help me out and subscribe, that would be dope. Especially if you're still here, like, come on. This is what I'm going to be giving you. So, like, I'm going to be doing my best to give you what you like if this is what you like. And comment, tell me what you think, what you think I should do. Like, this is new. This is all new to me right now, and I'm just figuring it out, and I'm enjoying it a lot, and yeah. I think that's it, and yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.